Any win feels good. Obviously, the win at home is crucial. We need to really defend our turf, and I thought the guys battled well. Obviously, I think we'll look back at tape, and there's always things you can fine tune and get better at. But I think win pretty, win ugly, wins a win, especially in professional sports, and so we'll take it.
How nice is it just to see guys like Sean Somerville, with all the injuries you guys are having, to see guys like that step in the lineup and, have a positive impact?
You know what? It's huge. It's huge. I said it from the beginning that obviously having Doug Miller, having Mauricio Salas, in your arsenal of weapons is great. But we even saw last year that they're going to need help from other guys, and so I know. They probably are feeling even more than I am, but I know there's a frustration from their behalf to not be putting up the points that they did last year, but I think it's a great learning tool, and it's a great opportunity for other guys to have to step up to come along and kind of help share that load, because it's only a matter of time before Mauricio, before Doug really catch fire, start putting it up, and so the more guys that we can have around them helping out to carry some of that burden, the better.
How pleased were you with the play of the back end? Vaso played really well. Schindler was pretty solid.
Yeah, you know what? I think it was great. Just in the, I can never question the work rate of these guys. They all come out, and they work extremely hard. I will say, as I look back and think about the game, that Gavin really, I think hats off to him, because he really made a lot of big saves for us when the game was tight. And so, me being a defender, I probably am a little overly critical of those type of things, and I look back and say, yeah, we won and we did a lot of good things, but as I'm trying to play the game back in my head, and I'm like, really, Gavin did make a lot of big saves, and so can we minimize maybe shots that are getting to our goalkeeper just a little bit better, because against better teams, or I don't want to say better teams, but against, on a different night, those go in. So.
Would say turning point probably was after they took the 3-2 lead. You come right back less than a minute later, and
yeah, you know what? We responded well, and that's one thing that I can say is that I think for the most part, or at least lately, we've responded well when we've given up goals. One of the things that we talk about, was big when I played from coaches, was really to stop the run. So we give up a goal, fine, it's going to happen. It's indoor soccer, and so that does happen. I don't want to say fun, but it does happen. But then what's the next shift look like? What's everyone's mentality? Can we stop the run? And so I think it was big for us to, to really get one back. We closed out the half, which was nice. We've been had troubles, the last couple games of finishing out the half, and then scoring first in the third was huge.
You just touched upon finishing out games and coming off a loss previously. What specifically would you say your team worked on to prepare and improve for this one?
Yeah, I think there were some pretty glaring defensive breakdowns that we had, really more individually, which is, you don't want to say it's nice, but as far as correcting those type of mistakes, it's pretty easy to look at an individual and say, here's what you need to do better. And I think it was pretty clear-cut on that end. So I think just individual discipline in defending was big. And then, I think just taking a little more initiative in the final third to really take some shots, to really be a little more, I don't want to say aggressive, but just being smarter with decisions and kind of a little more conviction. If we're going to make a decision, go for it. So.
And is there a single player you say who has stood out for you, maybe improved the most this season?
Oh man, it's hard to say, because I really think that we have. One of the things, again, that I said when I came in here was that we have a lot of young guys who maybe have been around the game, but they haven't had a lot of minutes. I mean, we have a whole list of guys who maybe don't have the minutes, even though they've maybe been around as some other guys. And so I think we, as a team, guys are really, really improving and really stepping up. I would say that I've probably challenged them, I think, a little bit. Just in their thought process of approaching a game, and really challenging them to be soccer players. And I'm not here to be the puppet master here, controlling every action and every movement. But I really want them to learn the game and to be, soccer players who make soccer plays.